the World Series. 1983 World Series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Philadelphia Phillies here in Philadelphia. And the Miracle Blue Jays winning in 7 at Baltimore, and the Phillies winning 5 games. They're 8-2 in the postseason, and the Toronto Blue Jays have won every clinching game by scoring 6 runs. Dave Stieb, there it is, 9-5 versus 8-2. Runs a game, I would say Philadelphia's more ERA, and you see the comparisons. Here's Dave Stieb. He's going to be against Steve Carlton here today in the World Series. It should be good, and both teams coming out. That's Gary Matthews. And Toronto here at Philadelphia. 10 years before they met in real life. The alternate replay. And now for the national anthem. Well, here's Steve Carlton. 3 starts, 1-0, 3.26 ERA, 19 innings, 21 hits, 124 walks and hits per inning pitched, 12 strikeouts and 3 walks. And he's going to start off. World Series game number 1, Damaso Garcia hitting .258 with 6 RBIs. And we're ready to go. The first pitch of the World Series. And we're underway. It's going to be inside ball 1. Damaso, he has the speed to go. He didn't have the greatest game 7. As Steve Carlton is up. And he's going to get ready to go here in Philadelphia. Game 1 of the World Series. And that'll be fouled off 1-1. 45 degrees, partly cloudy. 2 mile an hour, barely even blowing. Even though it looks like we're in the middle of a hurricane the way those flags are going. The 1-1. Outside 2-1. The Philadelphia Phillies know to win it all, they need to get early outs. That's what they need to do, and Steve Carlton knows it. And Carlton staring down Garcia. At 258 to 2-1. Now it'll be on the ground. This will be De Jesus to Perez, 1 out. Well, you're really in the first game of a series with all this hype at home. You have Garcia, Bonnell, Mosby, Barfield, Upshaw, Johnson. Alfredo Griffin is hitting 7th. Yorgg, and then Buck Martinez. Remember, Buck Martinez now is hitting 9th. So they move Alfredo Griffin up to 7th. Here's Bonnell at 246. Carlton with an out. And that'll be low ball 1. World Series here, you can tell everything's gold. 6 RBIs. Tied for the 3rd on the Blue Jays. Bonnell has hit a heck of a lot better in the last few games. Last 5 or 6 games. Yesterday, he was on a tear. 3 for 5, a double, and 2 RBIs. 2-0. 3-0, and that's up high. Up next is Lloyd Mosby. Well, Toronto, this is 10 years before they met in 1993. And it'll be ball 4. Toronto will be playing their World Series games, believe it or not, at the Sky Dome. You can see, a little bit too low. Carlton not having what he needs to today. It's like Jim Palmer. Remember Jim Palmer just absolutely yesterday did not have it. That's going to be a ball inside. Mosby hitting .362. I mean, right now, this is swing and a miss. It'll be 1-1. 1 for 4 in the last game, a double and an RBI. The umpires tonight, what a big task. People will remember championship games the rest of their life. This is game number 1. It'll be 2-1. You know, we show every pitch. We're not going to cut out anything because, quite frankly, World Series games are usually low scoring because you got the best of the best. Toronto, I would say, is a moderate to big underdog. Not as big of an underdog as they were. And that'll be a strike, 2-2. Not as big of an underdog as they were against Baltimore. But, you know, they still are one. They've been the road team in every single round, and they're going to throw to second. Oh, they got him out, and that'll end the first. Toronto's had problems base running all postseason long, especially in inning number 2 yesterday. And Dave Stieb will come in, 4 starts, a 2-1 record. 4.50 ERA, 22 innings, 27 hits, 11 strikeouts, 9 walks, and walks and hits per innings pitched to 164. That is bad. You can't have 2 people reaching base every time you pitch an inning. Third on the Phillies, 7 runs, Bob Dernier. He has 10 stolen bases. He's one of the fastest there is. And Steve, that'll be a ball, 1-0. If Toronto wants to win the World Series, then they have to, I mean, quite seriously, if they want to win a World Series, the first 3 innings are big on the road. And that'll be down low, 2-0. Though Toronto, when they've won clinchers, they've always been big. And Bob Dernier will be up. He's very quick. He loves to bunt. And Dave Stieb now. I love it. A Dave Stieb lookalike. And bases loaded 2 for New Jersey. His name is Seats. But anyway, Dernier, 390, the 2-1, and that'll be on the ground, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the first, and that'll be fouled off. Bob Dernier. 2-2. Down low, 3-2. Dernier can get on, and Vaughn Hayes will be next. That'll be fouled again. They're going to have a ton of foul balls. Oh, my goodness. This will be pitch number 8 to Dernier. And he walks him. Steve walks him, and Steve, I'll tell you what, that's what everybody was saying Toronto they would have trouble with. If all of a sudden Toronto's Dave Stieb couldn't get 1, 2, 3 innings early. And here's Vaughn Hayes. He's hitting .241, 657 OPS, a home run and 4 RBIs. So Vaughn Hayes now from Steve, and that'll be outside ball 1. Bobby Cox is a little bit perturbed that Steve let, you could see it in his face, that he let the leadoff batter on, especially one with 91, 92 speed. Oh, and he's safe. So it'll be 2-0. Steve is not having the best start to this World Series. Bobby Cox, he had to control this team. I don't think there's any way he thought. He was 89 and 73 with this team, and that'll be fouled off, 2-1. I don't think there's any thought that he thought that they would come this far. Maybe win a game, put up a big fight, and that'll be 3-1. But now they're here, and they got Mike Schmidt on deck. Von Hayes hitting 241 to 3-1. Steve. High and fouled away again, 3-2. Already 13 pitches. That is 5 to Von Hayes, the 3-2 with nobody out. And out of behind to left field. Bunnell with the catch, 1 out. So nobody moves. Bobby Cox took over this team. You have Dernier, Hayes, and Schmidt. Diaz, Morgan, and Matthews. Perez, Maddox, and Avon de Jesus. Now they might in this postseason have the problem, a 291 average. They might have the problem of, and here's Mike Schmidt at 289. It'll be low ball 1. Of checkerboarding has 289, 4 home runs, 11 RBI, the most on the Phillies. Dave, Steve now. Checkerboarding is when you have like good hitters at like 1, 4, and 7 or 8 in the lineup, and everybody else in between isn't doing anything. He's going to go. They throw to second. He's going to be easy. He gets him easily, 2 outs. He got a little cocky there, maybe, because of his swing and a miss, 2-1. You know, because of his speed, he thought, all right, I'll get it. But Buck Martinez chucked him. Dernier had 10 stolen bases. It'll be 3-1 to Diaz. Diaz has been just as crazy with the bat. It's nothing. Bottom of the first, 2 outs. And inside, and they're going to walk Mike Schmidt. They're going to say, no way, and that's the second base runner of the day. And now Bo Diaz will come up. Bo can hit. You know, I don't know that pitch would be the same. I don't know if it would be the same if Dernier had got to second base or if he was still at first. That'll be on the ground. They'll just go to first. Garcia to first. And that's it. We end the first inning in Game 1 of the World Series. Game 1 of the World Series, 0-0. No hits yet. Inning number 2, and here's Jesse Barfield. Hitting 216 with 6 RBIs. He's tied for the third on the Blue Jays. And he's getting ready to go here. So Jesse Barfield, here's Steve Carlton now. Carlton, and that'll be a strike. So Barfield on the right, very big. Would like to get on and not have to worry about long at-bats. And there's a swing and a miss. He's very aggressive. It'll be 0-2 with nobody out here in the second. That'll be fouled away. You know, you look at Barfield and Carlton. Carlton has 16 pitches now. You're open for a 10-pitch inning if you're, that's got to be a strikeout, 1 strikeout. And that's Barfield. He's talking to the umpire to see where it was. And it was a little bit high, and he'll go down. So now here comes Willie Upshaw, first baseman. And that'll be low ball 1. It hits him right in the foot. So Willie is 747 OPS, 4th on the Blue Jays. A home run and 5 RBI. He's hitting 280. The 1-0 with 1 out. That'll be fouled away, 1-1. Week number 5, Canadian football. Should be coming up next. Steve Carlton now here in the top of the second. And that'll be a strike to Upshaw. 1-2 with 1 out. And struck him out, and Carlton again looking good. 2 outs here in the top of the second. This is how they got here. The Blue Jays, a wild card game, they won 6-1. They beat the White Sox 6-1 in Game 6 to win it. And in Game 7, the Blue Jays won 6-0. The Phillies 4-1 in the first round and 4-1 in the second round. They're 8-2. And here's Cliff Johnson. They have been the home team for 4 games at home, and they are 3-1. The Expos won game number 2 in Philadelphia, but they're 3-1 at home. Swing and a miss for Cliff, and they're 1 away from going to the bottom of the second inning. So here they go. Carlton to Cliff Johnson. High pop fly, and he makes the catch, Perez. They go to the bottom of the second inning, and it's still hitless. Joe Morgan now will come in, bottom of the second inning. He's hitting 5th. And that'll be on the ground foul, 0-1. Joe Morgan, former Cincinnati Red. Dave Stieb allowed 2 people on base in the first inning, and it'll be 1-1. He can't keep doing that, and he knows it. He's got to be careful around this Philadelphia lineup. And this is the World Series. Stieb and Morgan now will be fouled away. So Joe Morgan, number 8, came over, won it all for Cincinnati in 75, 76, and 72. No, they lost to Oakland in 72. They'll be down below 2-2. 75 and 76 for the Big Red Machine. And Dave Stieb now, the 2-2 to Joe Morgan. Here in the bottom of the second. Down below 3-2. Gary Matthews will be on deck, number 34. Gary Maddox, who's center field, number 31. The 3-2, and on the ground and fouled away. Again, having trouble. Morgan struck him out at the top of the strike zone, and that's going to be 1 out. Dave Stieb's first strikeout, and he had to work for it on Joe Morgan. And here's Gary Matthews, 167, 5 RBI. He's tied for 3rd on the Phillies. Here in the World Series, game number 1. Second inning, and that'll be fouled off. Last game, he was 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. So picking his average up. But right now, he's only 167. That's another one, as Stieb is starting to settle down. Bottom of the second inning. Toronto and Philadelphia in a World Series in which it is tense. The 0-2. High pop fly. And it's going to be out. 2 outs.
Batting 7, the first baseman, Tony Perez.
Bottom of the second inning, Tony Perez. He's first on the Phillies. 1 home run, 5 RBI, and that's going to be a strike.
0-1.
So Perez played for the Cincinnati Reds also. Perez, Rose, and Morgan. They'll be down below 1-1. Both pitchers looking well. It's just taking a long time to get there. Inside, it'll be 2-1. So Tony Perez now. 2 balls, 1 strike to Perez. And 3-1. He just can't get the 1-2-3 inning. And that's the tough part. I understand that Perez is hitting 400. 3-1. High pop fly, center field. And underneath is Mosby, and he's out number 3. We go to the third. Here in the World Series, game number 1, Griffin, Yorgg, and Martinez. Alfredo Griffin 352 now, 362. Sorry about that. As he starts here in the World Series. It'll be high ball 1. Last 3 games, Alfredo Griffin has scored 4 runs. And that'll be a hard hit and caught. 1 out by Joe Morgan. So Griffin, the shortstop, a little bit ticked off, and Joe Morgan. Great. Here comes Garth Yorgg. Garth Yorgg is an on-again, off-again player, usually playing when Buck Martinez is the catcher. He's hitting unbelievably well at .417. Yorgg, and that's a base hit. He gets the first of the day. So Garth Yorgg gets hit number 1 for either one of these teams. And you can see it was high and inside and over to Jesus. Buck Martinez now at 130. 1 out, 1 on. And that'll be a strike. Garth Yorgg is incredible. 6 RBI for Buck. Here in the top of the third. Carlton. The 0-1. And that didn't slide or curve. And it'll be 1-1 with an out. 2 for 4. And Buck. That'll be a hard hit. It's caught by DeJesus. 2 out. You got 2 good pitchers here. And Buck Martinez a little angry, but it was hard shot. They're starting to hit him really hard. And here's Damaso Garcia in the postseason. 254, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. He's 0 for 1 and grounded out in the first. High ball 1. Damaso Garcia. That's going to be to center field. It's going to be a blooper, and Joe Morgan makes the catch. So that's it. Bottom of the third, 0-0. And now it's Gary Maddox of the Philadelphia Phillies. And that'll be a ball 2. So Dave Steve trying to go 1, 2, 3 in an inning, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. You know, a lot of walks, I guess, for Steve. He'll be inside 3-1. He's going deep on every count. The only hit of the day has been for Toronto. Oh, they're going to walk him or a strike. It's a walk him. They're going to walk him with nobody out. And Gary Maddox will go to first. And now DeJesus will come up. So here we go. They're getting everybody up for a Vaughn, and it's going to be ball 1 outside. Dave Steve has to deal with this, and he knows it. He's thrown 42 pitches here in the bottom of the third right now. The 1-0. And that'll be on the ground and foul, 1-1. One ball, one strike, bottom of the third. On the ground and fouled it again. One ball, two strikes. Nobody out. This is a big batter, DeJesus. And that'll be a ground. He's trying to get a double play. You can see it. He's going. It is a C. He's getting the balls near the low strike zone. And DeJesus is grounding them, but they're all foul. The 1-2 again. And that'll be high, and he wasn't expecting that. Nobody was, and DeJesus didn't like it. This one was high. I wasn't expecting this. This was a fly ball. Now Bob Dernier. Dernier, and it's going to be safe. Dernier 1 for 1. Actually, he's walked. He was the first batter of the game. He walked, so really he does not have an official at bat. Inside, ball one. One out, bottom of the third. Dernier walked in the first, .390 average. 7 runs he scored and 10 stolen bases. An .809 OPS. So Steve Dernier, and that'll be a strike. 1-1. This is a big at bat. There's one out. Dernier is fast. If when in doubt, throw Dernier out. And oh, they call that outside. You can see Bobby Cox is a little bit upset. One ball, two strikes. Struck him out, and Dernier will go down. So Bob Dernier sits down Dave Stieb. What a pitch, and he's going low. He's trying to force that ground ball. And he is. Vaughn Hayes. He flew out in the first. This is by far and away. And Vaughn Hayes saying something to the umpire. I don't know what it is. But right now, still nothing. Bottom of the third. They throw back the first. He's safe. And that's Gary Maddox. Maddox walked. Philadelphia still with no. That's going to be a strike. Philadelphia still with no hits today. He was 1 for 5 and a home run in the last game. Well, Vaughn Hayes didn't like that. We're the World Series. Usually we'd speed it up a little bit, but when you're in a championship game, you don't. You remember everything. And that'll be low 1-1. There are going to be so many moments in this World Series for people to remember. 1-1, and it's inside 2-1. So Dernier will switch baseballs. Didn't like that one. Vaughn Hayes. It's funny you do that, but you don't do it for this next pitch. You do it for the second pitch when you kind of make it go wicked. The 2-1, there it is. It's going to go. It'll hit the ground. Are they going to get Vaughn Hayes? They get him out at first, and they end to third. It was a hit and run, it looked like. And still, the Phillies don't have a hit. They almost had one. There we go to the fourth. Fourth inning, the World Series. Barry Bonnell, 246. He walked in the first, no home runs, 6 RBIs. Remember, he's been on a tear. He's brought his average up tremendously. And Carlton has the strike. Bonnell in the last game, though, was 1 for 5, but he had a huge home run and 2 RBIs as they won 6-0. Bonnell, DeJesus to Perez, 1 out. One out for the Phillies here in the fourth. De Jesus has looked good. And Bedell has it, and now here's Lloyd Moseby. He struck out in the first inning. So Steve Carlton now. A lot of pitches here. That'll be down low, ball one. So here's Lloyd now. Lloyd, and fouls that off, 1-1. Lloyd Mosby's 0 for 1. Remember, he won a couple games. He's really good. He started big things. That's going to be to right field. It might go. It might hit the ground, but no, it's caught by Dernier. He's fast, and he makes the catch here, 2 outs. Here in the top of the fourth. Will anybody score? And here's Jesse Barfield. Barfield in the fourth inning. And here's Steve. And Steve, that's going to be a ball outside. 357, 10 for 28 for Barfield. Really on the tear the last few games. They'll be high 2-0. Barfield's 0 for 1 today. He would love to walk. Steve Carlton, the 2-0 with 2 outs. Inside 3-0. They might put Barfield, and Willie Upshaw will be the next one up. 3-0 top of the fourth, 2 outs. And Carlton, that'll be ball 4. Oh, doesn't even give a courtesy strike there. I think he thought that Barfield was going to let her rip as a fourth hitter. And here's Willie. Willie Upshaw now. That'll be a ball. 1-0. That'll be a base hit, maybe no. And De Jesus gets it. Ivan De Jesus with the catch. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. And this thing is still 0-0. Schmidt, Diaz, and Morgan. So here's Mike Schmidt. Remember, Mike Schmidt did not have a beginning. He did not really have a great beginning to the Expos series. He went 0 for his first 10. Schmidt walked the first time he was up. And that'll be a ball, 1-0. Dave Steve, last 5 games, he has 3 RBI. Steve with 55 pitches, and that'll be a strike. Mike Schmidt in the bottom of the fourth inning. And he reached for that one, 1-2. They're trying to get something going here. They really are. Steve, the 1-2. And fouled again. The Toronto Blue Jays are the miracle team, and I'll tell you what, if they win game number 1, that would send shockwaves through everywhere. 2-2. I'm trying to think in any of the series. Philadelphia won game 1. Oh, the Expos beat the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium in game 1. Schmidt to right field. This is back, and Mike Schmidt, it's not. It'll be caught by Barfield. 1 out. Oh, my. We almost had our first run of the series. We've had a lot of runs in the last couple games in both the leagues. Here's Bo Diaz. 0 for 1, grounded out in the first. That'll be a strike. 1 for 3, a home run, and 2 RBI in the last game. Steve outside, 1-1. 63rd pitch from Steve, sorry. And it'll be a strike. Diaz is down 1-2. Bottom of the fourth inning after that long hit. It'll be 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You got to be careful to Bo Diaz. He's one of those unsung people. And he's going to reach for that, and Garcia with the catch, 2 outs. Steve is, sorry about that. Diaz is one of those people, you forget Mike Schmidt You get him out, then all of a sudden Diaz jacks a home run or gets a big base hit. Joe Morgan, bottom of the fourth. Nobody on. Morgan will foul it away. Now Morgan is one of those players where he's Mr. Clutch. Like seriously. And he'll be inside 1-1. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss, 1-2 with 2 outs. 1-2. He'll be fouled away. Joe Morgan. He's 0 for 1 today. 69 pitches for Steve. This will be number 70. In the bottom of the fourth and fouled away. You can see Steve did not want to throw 70 pitches in 4 innings. Not even close. He wanted to be like 39 or 40 in 4 innings. And now to be on the ground, and oh, what a catch. There was that Rance Mulliniks. And Johnson, Griffin, and Yorgg. I think that was Garth Yorgg. With the catch, we go to the 5th. 5th inning here, and here's Cliff Johnson. He's popped out in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1 today. Steve Carlton here in the top of the 5th inning. And here comes Cliff. Carlton now working. He only has 43 pitches. He's working on his pace. That'll be high, deep to left field and foul. Barely. It went to the left it went 7.7 feet outside the pole. Oh, that was close to being 1-0. And we would have Cliff Johnson as the first run. Cliff Johnson is the DH here. And it's 1-1. The Miracle Blue Jays got this far. And it'll be 2 balls and 1 strike. The Miracle Blue Jays. And that'll be fouled off. Cliff Johnson. Struck him out. That was an ugly pitch on the inside. Carlton, the 4th strikeout. Look at that. That was a terrible swing. And now here's Alfredo Griffin. 0 for 1 today. For the longest time, he was the best hitter on the Blue Jays. His postseason average of .354. He lined out in the 3rd. He really had something going there. And it'll be 2-0 as it hits the ground. Last 10 games, he has 7 RBI. And Griffin will foul it off. 2-1. And that'll be fouled away. 2-2. Struck him out. His 2nd strikeout of the inning for Steve Carlton. I can't believe that. This is really big. And now here's Garth Yorgg, 3rd baseman. Carlton is on fire. Yorgg. This will be Schmidt to Perez, 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're still tied at 0. Matthews, Perez, and Maddox. Bottom of the 5th inning, here's Gary Matthews. He's 0 for 1. He popped out in the 2nd inning, and Dave Stieb with 71 pitches still in. And inside ball 1. It's getting more and more tense. Because the more innings you go, the bigger a run is worth. And Steve has been working pretty well through this game, but he's had a few hiccups. A swing and a miss by Matthews, 1-1. Steve has 73 pitches, and we know that's not the greatest in the world. Gary Maddox, you know, as you get more and more, you start to make more and more mistakes. High, 2-1. And +2, the effort it takes to work a batter, it starts to get tougher and tougher. So the 2-1, bottom of the 5th inning, still scoreless. The 2-1 and 3-1 outside. Oh, Steve does not want to walk him for Tony Perez. Steve has had problems all day trying to get an out within the first 3 pitches. He can't do anything quickly. The 3-1. And that'll be a strike, 3-2. That's a problem whenever you're going along and you can't finish a shutout game, 1 out. Dave Stevens' 4th strikeout. And you can see there, that was a good pitch, a sinker at 90 miles an hour. Steve will go to that. Now you have Tony Perez. Bottom of the 5th inning. 389 and away, 1-0. We got 8-9 coming up. I don't know, they put Perez here. Will they intentionally, unintentionally, intentionally walk him? And it'll be 2-0. 452 in the last few games for Perez. He's really brought his average up and been really big. It'll be 2-0. Steve to Perez. And a strike here, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike now. A big at bat, we're seeing both of them. 2-1, bottom of the 5th. Carlton win very quickly. And that'll be a strike now, 2-2. We've only had 1 hit in this game. And bottom of the 5th here, the 2-2. Out of behind, deep to left field. And underneath is Bunnell. He makes the catch, 2 outs. You're not doing an efficient job when you have a no-hitter, and you're not going to be able to finish the game. Here's Gary Maddox. He walked in the 3rd. So he hasn't been up really yet. 256. Bottom of the 5th inning. And Steve there. High pop fly to right. And running over and making the catch is Jesse Barfield. Not the fastest of the day, but Jesse Barfield gets over there. And it was in foul territory, so it's a free shot. And he makes the catch, and it's still 1 hit in the game. And here's Buck Martinez, 0 for 1, lined out in the 3rd as we go to the 6th. It's just been a lot of deep counts for Steve, and for Carlton, he's been able to pitch quite efficiently as well. There's only been 1 hit in this game. And Martinez will foul it off, 1-1. This is a sort of a Toronto-type game right now. Very much a Toronto Blue Jay game. Swing and a miss here, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carlton now. Struck him out. I didn't know about that. And Buck Martinez goes down. 6th strikeout for Steve Carlton. Oh my. And here's Damaso Garcia. Damaso, a swing and a miss here. Popped out and grounded out. Here in the top of the 6th. Steve Carlton, game number 1. Damaso. Here's to Jesus. He'll throw to Perez, 2 outs. Really not too much of that going on. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of fly balls, not too many ground outs. Bunnell's 0 for 1. There's only been one hit in the game. Carlton, Bunnell jumped it a little bit. Morgan to Perez. A Cincinnati connection. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still nothing, only one hit in the game. You want to talk about all defense, everybody getting it out of their system. Ivan De Jesus struck out in the 3rd inning. And it's going to be which pitcher blinks first. Right now, Dave Steve in the bottom of the 6th has a no-hitter, but he has 83 pitches. That'll be foul. 0-1. Last game, De Jesus was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And that'll be high into left field. It might go, and it will. It'll hit the ground. He picks it up. He'll throw it in, and it's a double by De Jesus. Steve loses his no-hitter, and De Jesus gets a double. He tried to bunt. The funny part was, if that's fair, he would have probably been out. But he gets it down the left field line, and now he has a double here in the 6th. And the first hit of the game for the Phillies. Now Dernier, he might bunt him over. He might do it, and here they go. First pitch, high, pop fly. This is down, left center field. And they make the catcher going to go to 3rd. They throw to 3rd, and it's going to be way away. It's going to be way off. That throw from Lloyd Moseby was horrible. And Von Hayes will have a chance to get the run in. 0 for 2 today. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. A chance for the Phillies to take a lead in game number 1. First time in a while, Steve. And high ball 1. Von Hayes. Dave Steve now. The 1-0 with 1 out. He'll be down low 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Steve has thrown 88 pitches. He's only given up 1 hit. That'll be a strike, 2-1. And Buck Martinez likes that behind the plate. Game 1 of the World Series. Bottom of the 6th inning. So here we go, the 2-1. And a swing, and he fouls it off. That was strike 3. That was easy, strike 3. The 2-2 to Von Hayes. High pop fly, jammed him. It'll be up in the air. And that's going to be the catcher. It's going to have to be. And that was big. Yorgg, Garth Yorgg with the catch. And that means it's going to have to be a base hit to get him in. And here's Mike Schmidt. They might walk him again. I know they're going to be around. This is going to be a deep at-bat. What's planning to be. And that'll be fouled away. I'm not sure he expected that down the middle. 0 for 3 in the last game with 2 strikeouts. It's been a while since the Phillies have played. Almost a week. The reason is that they won in 5 games against the Expos. 4 games to 1. That'll be a strike there, 0-2. And now Steve can play the borders for the rest of this at-bat. He knows he can play just all around that square and hope that Mike Schmidt bites on one of them, and he won't bite on that one. And that was a terrible one. He shouldn't have done that. Here in the World Series, bottom of the 6th. Heroes and goats are made. Right now, both pitchers are the heroes. The 1-2. High and jammed him. And this is Jesse Barfield in right. And he makes the catch. They go to the 7th inning. It is 0-0. Lloyd Moseby will come up here in the top of the 7th inning for the Blue Jays. There's been 2 hits in the game. All of these averages going down. You realize there's going to be like a 21-20 game because of this. I mean, I don't know who's going to be the first one to blink. And that'll be high for a strike. Carlton gets ahead of his batters, and Steve kind of gets behind and works his way back. Mosby to left, and that's a base hit, the second of the game. He's going to second, but he won't go to second. The throw is to second, and was off target. Carlton, you can see, 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs at all, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. And he has a total of 63 pitches. He just gave up his second hit. And here's Jesse Barfield, who made that diving catch in right field on the foul ball. Oh, and that's a strike. He was taking that all the way, but still, it's 0 for 1 today. He did walk in the 4th inning. And we're in the 7th now. And that'll be a strike again. 0-2 with nobody out, 1 on. He's got Lloyd Mosby on first. Lloyd has 74-75 speed. And they get it away. He has 79 speed, and that was ugly. And it's a wild pitch. You say, why didn't he swing and run to first? Simply because first base is considered occupied unless you're standing on second at the time of the release of the pitch. And this is going to be 2-2. Carlton now. This is big as Barfield, the 2-2. Oh, that could have been a strikeout, and they knew it. Carlton wondering where that was. He's blowing out his mouth. He's like, oh my goodness. But Jesse Barfield is 0 for 1. The 3-2. And that'll be to right field. A line drive. And Mosby will go to third to throw to third. And Mosby will be on third with 1 out. And now the Blue Jays have a man on third in sacrifice position. And Willie Upshaw, he has a strikeout and a line out. Game 1 of the World Series. Big for Steve Carlton. And down low, 1-0. And Carlton, he knows that this is a big at-bat with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Oh, this is so big. Willie Upshaw. 2-0. 2 balls, no strike. The 2-0 with 1 out. And this will be to left. It might score. He's going to get it. He's going to throw home. And it's not going to get him. It's 1-0. 1-0 Toronto. Lloyd Mosby scores off the sacrifice fly of Willie Upshaw. Willie Upshaw sacrifice flies Lloyd Mosby, and it is 1-0 here in the top of the 7th. And here's Cliff Johnson. And that'll be a ball outside, 1-0. Both Montreal and Toronto both won 1-0 game. 2-0 Philadelphia. If this stands, will have lost 2 1-0 games against both Canadian teams. On deck is Alfredo Griffin. Cliff Johnson's 0 for 2. You'd rather face him than Alfredo. The 3-0. Swing and a miss, 3-1. With 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Oh, that was big. He's got to be. I mean, that could have been ball 4. 3-1, I think you take that one, and that's going to be to right field. This is going to be over, and it's going to be fair. And it hits the ground, takes a weird bounce. He has only 20 speed. He's going to go for second. He's going to be safe. De Jesus, it goes into him. But in is Cliff Johnson with 2 outs. It could make it 2-0. Watch this to right field. Oh, when I saw that curving, I knew that would be trouble. But the hop there, and Dernier couldn't throw him out. I will tell you, if it were Clemente, and Clemente is not in 1983, he would have been nailed at second. That's Griffin, and a base hit for Griffin. Are they going to get him home? He's going to throw home, and it's going to be safe. It's 2-0 Blue Jays. They swap places. And it is stunned silence here, as here's Garth Yorgg. And Yorgg straight through the middle, another base hit. They're going to come home. They throw home. It's 3-0. And it is silent. 3 in a row. 3 base hits in a row. And all of a sudden it's 3-0, a sac fly. And they got 3 in this inning, and now they go to a new pitcher. That's it for Carlton. He threw a 1-hitter till this inning, and now Toronto's exploded. It's 3-0, and now the new pitcher is Ed Farmer. 3 games, 2 1/3 innings pitched. No ERA. Righties hate the guy. Lefties are okay with the guy. And here we go to Buck Martinez, who's 0 for 2. So Buck Martinez 0 for 2, a strikeout and a lineout. And here's the first pitch down by Farmer, and it's a ball. So you can't say that Steve has had so many pitches, and Tug McGraw will be there. And this is with 2 outs here. I mean, Steve is, oh, did he go? And he did not. 2-0. Buck Martinez 0 for 2. Steve, though, is weakening, so Philadelphia might get a runner at 2-1. A swing and a miss here, 2-1. These last 3 innings, I think, are going to be really big. The 2-1, that'll be high, fly ball to right field, and oh no, nobody catches it to end the inning. It's 2-2. Buck Martinez 0 for 2, the 2-2. On the ground. Morgan to Perez, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Toronto, a huge inning. They lead now 3-0.
The catcher,
Bo Diaz, 0 for 2. He lined down, grounded out. 244 in the postseason for his average. Steve, 95 pitches. Pitching a 1-hitter, and that'll be a shot and caught. Caught by Garth Yorgg, and it'll be 1 out. Toronto, I think the way they are handling themselves. Here's Joe Morgan. He struck out, lined out here in the bottom of the 7th. Think about it. If Baltimore in real life won by 1 in 5 games, sorry, they won 4 games to 1 in real life, then I would say that Toronto, and here's the pitch again, Morgan, it'll be down low, 1-1. So if they won 4 games to 1, Baltimore Orioles, and I'm saying Toronto beat the Orioles, you got to think that they would be favorites, but Philadelphia just blew everybody away in this postseason so far. It'll be 1-2 with 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. Both Toronto and Philadelphia clinched on the road. I'm thinking, was there a series Baltimore clinched at home? I think they're the only one that's done it. In the division series, Baltimore clinched at home versus the Tigers. Toronto clinched away, Philadelphia clinched away, and the Expos clinched away, and the NLCS both were away. So the only team to clinch at home were the Baltimore Orioles, and they're not here. That'll be fouled again. They are just hitting so many foul balls. Steve has 103 pitches. They have a fully rested bullpen. That'll be fouled again. He doesn't have the oomph anymore to get it past Joe Morgan. Joe would love to get on, but Philadelphia has not been able to get on today. They've had one hit. One hit. And no runs. That'll be down low. It'll be 3-2. Gary Matthews is on deck. You don't want to take Steve out, but the last thing you want to do is walk Morgan with one out and have Gary Matthews get on and then have the tying run with the new pitcher coming up. Oh, that hit somebody off the foul ball. That was 10 pitches. This will be number 11. Number 11 to Joe Morgan. And that'll be fouled off, and number 12 will come up. Oh, Morgan again. Can he get in? Will it be a walk? Will it be a base hit? Number 12. High pop fly. It'll curve foul underneath, and Yorgg got it. That's not Yorgg, that's Bunnell. Sorry, 2 outs. 12 pitch at bat, and what a good defensive play. Look at Steve. He's smiling a little bit. He knew that was a big out. He knew that was very big, and here's Gary Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 2. Matthews on the ground. That's going to be a base hit. So Matthews gets on with 2 outs. Gary Matthews, the second base hit of the game for Philadelphia. And here in the 7th inning, you got to worry. You do have to worry in the 7th inning, as here is Tony Perez. Perez is 0 for 2. And Steve, that'll be inside 1-0 with 2 outs. And you could see Steve, he's like, I want Perez. This might be his last batter. Even if he gets him out, he might be replaced. Who knows? Perez high into right. It'll curve foul, but running after it is Garcia, and he can't get to it. Garcia is faster than Barfield. He went after it and took command. It's now 1-1. They go to first. He's safe. One and one. High and deep to right field. This one is back. This one to the wall. This one is gone. It's 3-2. Tony Perez. His second home run of the postseason. His first of the World Series. And they cut the lead to 3-2 now. And now Bobby Cox knew he left Steve in. And that was a gamble, and it paid off. It did not pay off for the Blue Jays. A huge home run. Oh, that was really big for Tony Perez. I heard it from here, that thud. It went 360 feet. And Steve will still be in for Gary Maddox. Maddox now, and that'll be a strike. It's 3-2, Toronto and Philadelphia now. Maddox walked in the third. It's a 3-2 game, and boy, is it big now. Down low, 1-1. Trying to cut this inning down. It turns out that all of Toronto's runs were necessary. And on the ground, Steve will pick it up. He throws to Upshaw. And that'll end the 7th inning. Tony Perez, a home run with 2 outs on a 3-2 pitch. Good night. It is now 3-2. Damaso Garcia in the top of the 8th now. And here's Damaso. 0 for 3. And Garcia now, Ed Farmer, high and inside, ball 1. Toronto has a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 8th. They're trying to get some insurance. Eddie Farmer up and in, didn't have the greatest inning last inning. Well, it's only 6 pitches. Sorry about that. I was thinking of somebody else. It'll be 1-1. So Toronto giving up 2 in the last inning to a Perez home run. Now they got to worry. Farmer the 1-1, and it's 2-1. So Damaso Garcia trying to get on with nobody out. He's quick, and that's going to be to right. And Morgan with the catch, 1 out. If Philadelphia comes back and wins this game, that would be absolutely devastating for Toronto. Toronto would love to take game number 1. And here's Barry Bonnell. He walked in the first. He's 0 for 2. He hasn't looked really that good today, Bonnell. And that'll be a strike. 0-1 with 1 out, Ed Farmer. As you can see him doing a little bit of a shake. He has to get things going. The 0-1 with an out. That'll be outside, 1-1. Top of the 8th inning. 1-1. Inside, 2-1 to Bonnell. The insurance would be big for the Blue Jays. All the runs coming last inning, a swing and a miss here. 2-2, 1 out. Top of the 8th inning. Farmer, and good night. It hits the ground. Picked up. They're going to go to first. 2 out. Bo Diaz throws to Perez. 1-3 to get that strikeout. And here's Lloyd Mosby. He's 1 for 3. He had a single and a run here in the World Series. 333. We're starting to get stats on people now. And Farmer inside, 1-0. Hard when you start off, you know, behind as a pitcher. 2-0. Lloyd Mosby 1 for 3. And underneath the strike. 2-1. Farmer. Mosby to left field. That's going to be a base hit and a single with 2 outs for Lloyd Mosby. He's 2 for 4 in the first game. And look at this to left field. Jesse Barfield. And a strike. He walked in the 4th. The 0-1. There he goes. They're going to let him go. The throw to second, and he is safe. So Lloyd Mosby steals second base, and Barfield can knock him in. And kind of a good throw, but he got there. And here's Jesse Barfield, 0 for 2. This time Mosby on second, he struck him out. Struck him out, and they can't get him in. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's only a 1-run game here in game number 1. Bottom of the 8th, Randy Moffatt will be in. 4 games, 1-0 record, 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. I forget who was first. Greg Gross is pinch hitting. He's been unbelievable in the postseason. And Randy Moffatt now. And that'll be low ball 1. They're down by 1, bottom of the 8th. Greg Gross, a .588 average. I don't know why he's not all day. And that'll be a strike, 1-1. It could have been 2-0 easily. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1-2 now. So Gross, if he can get on here in the bottom of the 8th inning, nobody on, nobody out. The 1-2 to Greg Gross. And hits it on the ground, easy. Griffin to Upshaw, 1 out. And Greg Gross trying to get on with nobody out. Greg Gross cooling down. Well, there's Steve, 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, all earned. Struck out 4, walked 3, 115 pitches. He went too deep, though. And when he went too deep, those looked good, but that 2-run home run was because he played around too much. Well, that away, I mean, results are results. Bob Dernier 0 for 2, he walked in the first. First batter of the game, one of those 3 walks by Steve, and it'll be 2-0. Oh, how big it is, bottom of the 8th inning. Moffatt. That's going to be a shot and a base hit. Dernier will get on. He's got 92 speed. And they got to watch out with 1 out. Dernier's on, and he's the guy. If there's a base hit in the right place, he's easily in. And he'll easily make it 3-3. Toronto scored 3 in the top of the 7th. Philadelphia 2 in the bottom. And that's all the scoring today is Vaughn Hayes 0 for 3. He popped out in the 6th inning. Remember, Philadelphia they were 0 for 1 in sacrifice positions. The 0-1 with 1 out. And that'll be a strike again. 0-2, bottom of the 8th inning. Toronto leading. It's been pretty defensive except for last inning. The 0-2 with 1 out. I think he might throw this one away. Let's see. No, it's going to be on the ground. They could get 2. They go to second. They go to first. He's safe at first. Vaughn Hayes is safe at first. They cannot end the inning. And Dernier goes down. Watch this. Now, I don't think it was a slide that got him. There's one, and it was a little bit high, but he was already there. Vaughn Hayes was already there. So now, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Here's Mike. If you walk Schmidt, you know how good he is. He wins games with base hits in this situation. Vaughn Hayes is on first. Moffatt. And that'll be a ball outside. 1-0. They're going to play the boundaries the whole time, and Schmidt knows it. Mike Schmidt 0 for 2. And that'll be a hard hit to right field and foul barely. Oh, that might have scored a run if it were fair. Schmidt now, the 1-1 with 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Down low, 2-1. Remember Schmidt's 2-run home run. Won game number 4 in Montreal. 3-1 now. Bobby Cox knows Bo Diaz is next. Yeah, that was an incredible game. That really did the series in for them. The 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4. It might have been a strike, but they walked Schmidt so he can't get it. And again, we call Bo Diaz a silent killer because people focus on Schmidt and they forget Diaz is a good hitter, but he's 0 for 3 today. And there's 2 on in the bottom of the 8th. He lined out in the 7th. A base hit now. We're pretty much tied. Vaughn Hayes will come home. I don't know about Schmidt, though. There it is, and it's going to be a ball, 1-0. One and oh. That's going to be a strike, 1-1. 1-1. Giesel and Don Cooper in the bullpen. Oh, this is game one of the World Series right here. Diaz, the 1-1. Oh, he fouls it away. 1-2. This is game number one right now. If he gets a hit, we'll be tied up. The 1-2. Bottom of the eighth. 2-2. Oh, this is so big. Randy Moffatt, all sweating, all tense. Game one of the World Series has been a good defensive battle, but now it's picked up. Swung and he missed. He struck him out. Randy Moffatt. Oh, that was a ball to the outside, and Diaz chased it. Look at Moffatt. He knows how big it is. That was absolutely huge. And we go to the ninth with Toronto leading. That was gigantic. We go to the ninth inning. Al Holland, 5 games, 1-0, 4 saves and 5 opportunities, 6 innings, 3 ERA, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. Righties are okay with them, and lefties hate the guy. Kiko Garcia will be the shortstop. And here's Willie Upshaw.
The first baseman, Willie.
So Willie Upshaw is now 0 for 2. And now Holland is in. Upshaw, the first hit, high and underneath. And that's going to be 1 out. Hey, I like your writing, whoever this is in Japan. That's Japanese. I can tell. I don't know what you're saying, but I really appreciate your in. I do have Japanese baseball. I have pro baseball spirits. And I love it. This is game one of the 1983 World Series between Philadelphia and Toronto. And that's going to be a strike here to Cliff Johnson. And when I say 83, I mean it. Toronto worked their way all the way up. It'll be 1-1 with 1 out. Top of the ninth. 3-2. The score, and it'll be 2-1 to Cliff Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 3 today. They're looking here in the top of the ninth for an insurance run. They would love to have it. That'll be to right field. If it hits the ground, it might be trouble, and it'll be Dernier underneath for the catch. 2 out. And it'll be 2 outs. Yes, if I knew Japanese, I would be able to tell you hello, but I'm hoping it is hello. And so I'm going to say hello. I hope things are doing well. Nagimaru, good to see you. Hey, anytime you're on, feel free to comment. I always comment back. I do have Pro Baseball Spirits, the Japanese baseball game. I love it. Check out my YouTube channel. You'll be able to see a couple games that I played. I kind of forgot about that tournament. Swing and a miss here. It'll be 0-2. But Nagimaru, that is good. Thank you very much for listening in. I'm very happy that you're in here. And any questions or anything you want to say, please feel free to leave a comment. So Griffin, it'll be 2-2. 1-2. Sorry, Alfredo Griffin, 1 for 3. He led the Blue Jays in hitting for a long time. If he gets a hit now, it would be big. Nobody on with 2 outs, but he has speed, but he chases outside. They can't get that insurance run. The bottom of the ninth here in game one of the World Series. It's all coming down to these last 3 outs. So now we go to Dave Giesel. 4 games, no record, 4 saves and 4 opportunities, 3 2/3 innings. 1 strikeout, no walks. Righties love the guy, lefties hate him. And he has an ERA of nothing, no earned runs. And they start out with Joe Morgan. Philadelphia needs 1 run to keep this going. If they get no runs, they lose. If they get 1 run, we keep going. 2 runs, they win. Oh, a big hack, a swing and a miss. 0-1. So Dave Giesel, he's trying to pick up the save. He's 4 for 4 already in the playoffs. And it's 1-1 to Joe Morgan. Morgan out of Cincinnati, the old Cincinnati Red. He's used to clutch hitting. And it'll be 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's 3-2. The pitch, it'll be on the ground. This will be easy. Garcia to Upshaw, 1 out. Garcia to Upshaw, and that's going to be 1 out. Can Toronto come in here and steal game 1? A game that's usually reserved to the home team. A game that usually the home team blows somebody out. Here's Gary Matthews, 1 for 3. Bottom of the 9th, and that's going to be a ball down low. Giesel against Matthews. 2-0. So Gary Matthews, 1 for 3. It'll be hard hit to right field. It might hit the ground. It will. A base hit. It's going to be a single, and Matthews has 57 speed. So he is the tying run. And now we got the winning run coming to the plate. So with 54 speed, you got to worry about a double play. He hit that opposite field. And Jesse Barfield went over. But Gary Matthews is on first with 54 speed. And here's Tony Perez. Perez against Giesel. That's going to be a ball outside, 1-0. A 2-run home run in the 7th. The last time he was up, he has all the RBIs. He has 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. In the postseason, he just hit a home run in the 7th. The 1-0, and it'll be 2-0. They're keeping it away. But they got to be worried if they walk him, there'll be 1 out and a runner in scoring position. The 2-0, you got to pitch aggressively to Perez, and he knows it. Down low, it's 3-0. Do you give him the green light or not? Gary Maddox is on deck. Giesel's getting himself in a tremendous jam. He does have 1 out. The 3-0 to Perez. Strike 1, it's 3-1. It's 3-2, Toronto leading Philadelphia, bottom of the 9th. 1 out, game 1 of the World Series. Bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be the 3-1 to Tony Perez. Such a big at-bat. The 3-1, Perez hit a 2-run home run last time. Swing and a miss there, it's 3-2. Oh, this is so big. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the 9th inning. Perez to Giesel. The 3-2 pitch. Struck him out! Struck him out! He knows it! He's upset! Toronto's 1 out away from taking a 1-0 lead, and the Miracle Blue Jays are 1 out away. They are 1 out away. And here's Gary Maddox 0 for 2. Bottom of the 9th, it's all down to Maddox. And the pitch outside, ball 1. Oh, if Maddox were to hit a walk-off home run, now the Toronto would be absolutely destroyed. They're almost about to pull the upset here in game number 1. Maddox now 0 for 2. The pitch, and it'll be 2-0. Gary Maddox 0 for 2 today. Dave Giesel, they might just take this pitch. I don't know if they're going to give him the green light. They do. It's on the ground. This could be it. They throw to second. That's it. It's over. And Toronto's won game number 1. They've won game number 1 3-2. They've won it 3-2. And that was big. Alfredo Griffin to Damaso Garcia to end it. And Philadelphia's in shell shock. They are in absolute shell shock. Toronto holds on. There was only scoring in 1 inning. And that is it. There was only scoring in 1 inning. The winning pitcher is Dave Stieb, and the losing is Steve Carlton. Both with pretty good lines, but they both gave up all of the runs. I mean, the look at the Blue Jays are absolutely incensed. They won game number 1. But I'm telling you right now, we'll go to the post-game show. We're going to go to the post-game show. And these are the highlights. Jesse Barfield, what a catch to end the 1 inning. And this was De Jesus. And this was big to left field, and that one made it 3-0. And then the 2-run home run by Perez. The 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. And here, right here, Griffin to Garcia. Taking a look at the box score of Game 1 of the World Series. You had donuts for everybody, but here, a lot of people. Yorgg went 2 for 3. Mosby went 2 for 4. Donuts for Garcia, Bunnell, Barfield, Upshaw, and Martinez, the catcher.
Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 51
Steve gets the win, Moffatt the hold, and Giesel with the save. And again, the starters have been the ones where it was been a little crazy. The Toronto Blue Jays, you can see it there. For the Philadelphia Phillies, a ton of donuts. Matthews was the only one with more than 1 base hit. Dernier, he got a hit. Perez got a hit. De Jesus, the shortstop, he got a hit. But taking a look, Hayes a donut, Schmidt a big donut. He walked twice, though. Diaz a donut, Morgan a donut. And Maddox a donut, 0 for 3. Gross, the pinch hitter, got a donut. He came in for De Jesus. Gross, 0 for 1. And Kiko Garcia never got the bat. Taking a look at the pitching, Carlton gets the loss. He's 1-1 in the playoffs. Farmer and Holland both came in 2 1/3. They only gave up a hit. Remember that Toronto in the late innings is not a team that hits a lot in the late. So that 7th inning is very surprising. Carlton he gave up all 3 runs, and all 3 were earned. In that 7th inning. Taking a look very quickly for the Blue Jays, 151 pitches thrown by the Blue Jays. You had Steve with 115. And here's Giesel who had 16. And Moffatt who had 20. And there it is. For the Phillies, they had 110. So it was 161 pitches in a game. Carlton had 80. Holland had 9. And Farmer had 21. So that's what you had here. The batter analysis, and we will, what we're going to do is we'll give our analysis here. All the runs scored were in the 7th inning. This was a low-scoring, typical Toronto Blue Jay win. The pitching was good. It's just that Steve went too deep with too many people, and that hurt. So that hurt him, and that's why he gave up that home run. He just had nothing in the tank. And this is for the Blue Jays now. Game number 2 is going to be more pressure on Philadelphia because they're not going to Exhibition Stadium. They're going to the Sky Dome, so we're going to have a lot more people there. But Toronto, that'll be, even though Exhibition Stadium was 1983, and the Sky Dome was 89 that it opened. But I'll tell you what, Toronto, if they win tomorrow, they'll be up 2-0 and they got the next 3 in Toronto, which means Philadelphia would have to win that series to go back to Philadelphia. So a 3-2, all the runs in the 7th inning. And that's Game 1 of the World Series. Thank you very much, Nagimaru, for joining in and leaving comments. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Again, Toronto beats Philadelphia 3-2 in Game 1 of the World Series. Have a great day. Dave Stieb will get the player of the game. That is so big. Dave Stieb, the player of the game.